What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. And today, pretty simple for the season finale, season 40. Pretty simple. We're going to my predictions. We'll review yesterday's NHL games. Let me update the. Okay. I decided on here. Yeah. Review yesterday's NHL games. We're going to preview tomorrow's NHL and USHL games. Then we're going to do Call Cup final preview. So yeah, for the season finale, that's what we're doing today. So yeah. But all of my social medias, X/Twitter, I post stuff on there frequently, like about all the games when it happens, my thoughts about everything basically is on there. Facebook, you get my daily NHL and USHL predictions and any other stuff that you need to know, I'll post on there. My Instagram, my TikTok, I post clips on my TikTok, maybe Instagram, but typically TikTok if I do. My Spotify, my website, my Twitch Discord, my regular Discord for this podcast, my basketball channel, my American football channel, my baseball channel, my USHL discussion Facebook group. I have 5.3 thousand USHL fans. Another Facebook group that is not mine, but it is a Facebook group called Saints for Life for about 1,000 big fine Saints fans. Paragraph and a half who I am and what I do in this podcast. Everything you need to know with this podcast. Another paragraph how to contact me if you have any comments, questions, about this podcast. All that much more was in the description of this podcast. Check it out if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you like this podcast. Follow on Spotify, same thing. Like this episode if you like this episode in particular. Liking Spotify, same thing. And turn on post notifications and channel for I know every time I go live and upload a video on this channel. So, yes. Today is indubitably the season finale. Tomorrow is season 11, but I will not have the stuff ready. I'm not even doing that much. Like, literally all I'm doing is when I do shoutouts, I'm just gonna have it scrolling through my descriptions. You can see my description on screen. That's literally all I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe season 12 or something bigger, but yeah. I have most of the stuff that I can get right now. I got it, so. And I'll probably make improvements throughout the season too. So, yeah. Season 10 was the season that I had. Oops. Sorry about that. Season 10 was the season that I made new thumbnails. My seasons went from 30 episodes to 40 episodes, and I moved to Spotify. I didn't move to Spotify, but I'm not only on YouTube, but I'm on Spotify. That was season 10. Season 9. I don't remember what was season 9. When did I add a season 9? Oh, that was season 9, I think. I think season 9 was those three things. Season 10 was the graphics that I have on screen for YouTube. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, that makes no sense. Alright. In the predictions, I had Washington defeating Carolina. What they did indubitably defeat Carolina. Like 1 for 25 in my 2 for 25 in my last 25 predictions. If you like, goodness. If Vegas defeating Edmonton, is 1-0 Edmonton. You have 1-0 Vegas. Last time I checked. I'll check real quick. It's 1-1 now. Wallman scored for the Oilers. Okay. I'm gonna take a drink real quick, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing tomorrow, because it's pretty big. Yeah, I just dropped my cat for my lemonade. That's so unfortunate. Oh, got it. Alright. Okay. So, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a watch along. So, you're gonna see, I don't know what you're gonna see. Probably nothing, honestly. Probably just see like a visual or something. I don't know if I show game cat because I might get copyrighted, but I'll figure out what I'm showing for you guys. But on my TV, I'm gonna watch either the Blackhawks and Muskegon Game 1 Clark final, Leafs and the Panthers, or the Stars and the Jets. I have a poll on my Facebook and X/Twitter. So go ahead and vote on there on what game I'm gonna watch tomorrow. Whatever one gets the most votes, I'll watch tomorrow. If it's a tie, I'll do a random number generator. Yeah, I'll watch it on my TV, and then I'll put like a game cast of it or something, like a picture of it, something. I'll figure that out. But yeah, we would do doing watch along tomorrow. I've been wanting to do that for a while, so I think it's a weekend, so the opportunity to do it, I'm gonna do it. I will be doing more watch alongs in the future. I might do it later in these playoffs too. It will only always be on the weekend though because I have school. So yeah, we'll be doing a watch along tomorrow. We'll be gonna update this stuff real quick. Yeah, because we're not really doing anything tomorrow. Really, what we're gonna do tomorrow is probably do my predictions for tomorrow's games, and then we're gonna review today's NHL games, and then we'll probably preview tomorrow's NHL and USHL games, and then we'll just continue on the watch along. I'll probably start like 5 minutes before whatever game starts. Maybe like 10 minutes before the game starts. Get ready, get revved up, get it up and going, and then we'll probably just watch the game, and then when it's over, I'll just end it. Yeah, seems good to me. I'm trying to figure out what will work here. I think I only have one vote in my poll right now. Yeah, I have one. It's the Lumberjacks game right now. Colco final. Alright, and then if that's what it is, and so be it, I'll do it. We just gotta figure out like what I'll show on my computer. Put this key back into my wireless keyboard. Yeah, that thing ain't not working. Whatever. So yeah, that'll be pretty fun. I think that's a yeah. Let's review our NHL games. Panthers and the Leafs. Marchand draws a penalty. Who I think Bobby McMahon, I believe. It's either McMahon or Holmberg. Either one of those two need Marchand. Go into the box. 5 seconds into the power play. Barkov, penalty killer, playing very passive. Backs off Barkov. He just walks down the left circle, snipes past the glove of the off his angle Joseph Wool. Power play goal 5 seconds into the Florida power play, assisted by Seth Jones, 10:58 in the first period. Florida leads 1-0. And then we got Max Pacioretty, second of the postseason. Power play goes by Riley and Domi with 1 minute and 41 seconds left in the first period. And then only 15 seconds to the second period, the third line for the Panthers connect. Marchand, assisted by Lundell and Lucianen. The third line in this game, very impressive. I really like their third line. The third line got like a million chances, it felt like, and yeah. So very impressive for them. And then we got Will Nye, the hockey guy. 6-0 of the postseason, one of the hottest guys in the league right now, one of the hottest people in the league right now. To Max Pacioretty and OEL. And then 4:18 in the second period, it's a tie game yet again. Max Domi, second goal of the postseason by Lawrence and Riley. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the second period. He roofs it. It's 3-2 Leafs lead, first lead of the game. And then Anton Lundell, third goal of the season by Aaron Ekblad and Lucianen. 5:33 in the third period. Guess what? The Panther third line connects again. We got Mitch Marner, second goal of the postseason by McCabe and Matthews, 5:50 in the third period. That's eventual game-winning goal. Joseph Woll made a few key saves, and Bobrovsky has back-to-back bad games. He needs to bounce back for Game 3. couple of key things I've noticed from the series so far. First of all, the Panthers' top six need to step up. Where's Matthew Tkachuk been? Where's Sam Reinhart been? Where's Verhaeghe been? The only guy I really noticed in that top six is Barkov. Barkov, phenomenal in the penalty kill, phenomenal in the power play, phenomenal on 5-5-2, just great all around. Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Reinhart, Carter Verhaeghe, those guys need to step up. For the Leafs, the bottom six need to step up. Why? Every time the Panther third line's out there, they're dominating them right now. So I think the bottom six needs to step up for the Leafs, and then Bobrovsky needs to step up for the Panthers. And I do also want to mention before I go to talk about the Stars game, how impressed I am with this Panthers penalty kill. I know in that game it was like they were 23 for 25 this postseason, 5 for 5 in Game 5, and perfect in Game 2 as well. From at that point when I saw that, I was in the second period, I think, when I saw that. Pretty interesting, very aggressive, very good penalty kill. Very impressive. Very, very impressive indeed. Alright. Stars and the Jets, Game 1 in Winnipeg Whiteout. Nino Ryder, third goal of the postseason by Appleton and Fleury. 3:30 in the second period. And then we got Mikko Rantanen, 6 goal of the postseason with Dadonov and Sam Stewart. 8:43 in the second period. Yeah. Just yeah. 12 points in his last 4 games. 12 points in his last 3 games. No, 12 points in his last 4 games. Came off a hat trick, he scores. And then guess who? It's Rantanen, 7th goal of the postseason, second the Nets by Harley and Labushkin, 14:21 second period. 13 points in his last 4 games, 5 goals in his last two games. Hey, it's a Stars goal. Death, taxes, and Rantanen scoring goals. It's a power play goal, 8th of the postseason, 3rd of the night, hat trick, back-to-back hatties. 14 points in his last 4 games. The Moose that got loose. Assisted by Duchesne and Hintz. With about 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second period. It's a Rantanen hattie. Then Mark Scheifele, third goal of the postseason by Velarde with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second period. That's the last goal of the night. 29 saves and 31 shots against Frederick Andre. He steals the show in Winnipeg in net. Rantanen scores a hattie. And the Jets probably play better than the Stars, but Rantanen opportunistic. And all it takes is a couple lucky bounces and a couple of good shots from Rantanen, and it's just all it takes. 3-2 victory on the road, and now home ice advantage of the series goes through Dallas. That means Winnipeg has to win at least one in Dallas if they want to win the series. So yeah. Oilers up 2-1. Vastly Podkolzin, my goodness. First goal of the postseason by Arvidsson Klingberg. It's about 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second period. There's 3 minutes left now, but when he scored. Yeah, that was pretty interesting there. Clark Cup final preview. Let's go. Schedule. Game 1's tomorrow, Friday, May 9th, 6:35 p.m. Central. In Waterloo, Waterloo hosts Muskegon. Game 2, Saturday, May 10th, 6:35 p.m. Central. Waterloo hosts Muskegon. Game 3, Friday, May 16th, 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Muskegon hosts Waterloo. Game 4, if necessary, Saturday, May 17th, 6:10 p.m. Eastern. Muskegon hosts Waterloo. Game 5, if necessary, Waterloo hosts Muskegon. Tuesday, May 20th, 6:35 p.m. Central. Not quite sure why if there's a Game 5 it's on Tuesday. That's the most random day of the week for USHL. But you know what? We're going to rock with it because, yeah. Alright, let's read this from the USHL website themselves. Shout out USHL for writing this. Not sure exactly who wrote this from the USHL, if it says. Doesn't really say, but yeah, shout out USHL website. How Muskegon got here. The Muskegon Lumberjacks blazed through the postseason with grit, skill, and sheer determination. They opened the Clark Cup playoff run with a clutch victory in decisive Game 3 against Cedar Rapids, setting the tone for what was to come. They turned up the pressure in the Eastern Conference semifinals, sweeping the number 1 seeded Youngstown Phantoms in dominant fashion. They came a high-stakes rematch with Dubuque, the very team that ended the 2024 campaign. This time, Muskegon flipped the script, powering past the Fighting Saints in 3 games in the sweep to punch its ticket to the Clark Cup final. How Waterloo got here. Waterloo Blackhawks stormed the Clark Cup final with authority. Smabbies, I think. Squad made quick work of the Tri-City Storm in the opening round, completing a clean sweep that sent a clear message to the rest of the league. In the Western Conference semifinal, Waterloo showcased resilience in a heart-pounding double overtime thriller, eliminating Sioux Falls Game 4. Then came Lincoln, the very team that ended the Waterloo playoff run in each of the past 3 seasons. This time, Waterloo Blackhawks did not flinch, taking the series in 4 games to punch its ticket to the Clark Cup final and pursue another chapter in the franchise story history. Muskegon looked for the first ever franchise Clark Cup. Waterloo looks to add another one on the historic franchise. Players to watch for Muskegon: Ivan Rebekin. He's probably going to be a top 20. He's going to be a first-round pick this draft. 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. And then Tynan Lawrence, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. David Deputy, 8 goals, 3 assists, 11 points. Vladislav Nastrasil, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Jack Kalanick, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. Xavier Velo, the defenseman, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. And then in net, Shikagatsiev, 1.74 goals in his average, 948 save percentage. Players to watch from on Waterloo: Brandon McMorrow, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. Caden Hawkins, 8 goals, 3 assists, 11 points. Carter Casey, 2.34 goals in his average, 925 save percentage, 2 shutouts. Hunter Ramos, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. Dylan Compton, defenseman, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. Chase Jete, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Reed Moore, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. These are all stats that happened in the playoffs this season. So yeah. Let's read this real quick. The Clark Cup Finals arrived after a grueling 62-game regular season and 3 exciting rounds of the playoffs. Only 2 teams remain: the Muskegon Lumberjacks and the Waterloo Blackhawks. For Muskegon, this is more just a return to the big stage. It's a shot of redemption. The Lumberjacks haven't appeared in the Clark Cup Finals since 2015, when the first ever Eastern Conference title run ended in a sweep by the Sioux Falls Stampede. But this year's squad is different. The Jacks are battle-tested, focused, and hungry. Muskegon has become a postseason fixture, reaching the conference final 5 times in the last 6 seasons. Now they're just 1 series away from capturing the first ever franchise Clark Cup. On the other hand, Waterloo's journey is built on tradition. Waterloo Blackhawks last reached the Clark Cup final in 2014, where they fell to the Indiana Ice. Their most recent Clark Cup came in 2004, and after more than 2 decades, this team has the depth, discipline, and grit to bring the cup back to Iowa. With 1 Clark Cup and 4 Anderson Cups in the Tier 1 era, 9 total, Waterloo can claim a 5th and 10th championship. This season, the Blackhawks hold the edge in the head-to-head play, sweeping Muskegon in both regular season matchups. Waterloo claimed the commanding 62 win at home earlier in the year and a hard-fought 4-3 victory on the road at Trinity Health Arena just last month. There you go. Again, thank you to USHL for writing that. Shout out to them. They wrote that. USHL.com is where you can find this. So yeah, that's going to do it for this podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed. It in the morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time you're watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow Spotify, same thing. Like this episode if you haven't already. Like this episode, Spotify, same thing. And turn post notification channel if you haven't already. I got something to tell you first. Thank you for sticking around. Forgot to tell you at the beginning. First of all, the Utah Mammoth are officially a team. Yep. It's just the Utah Hockey Club, but now they're the Mammoth. They got voted by the fans. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. I like that way more than a hockey club. Pretty cool. And then we got Jonas Johansson, 2-year, $1.25 million contract. I think that's a pretty good deal. I mean, he got better and better as the season improved. So, yeah, I think that's a good deal. And Joel Quenneville is the new Ducks head coach. If you don't know the allegations, you can do research. I'm not going to really explain it here. Not the place to explain that, but you can do research on what he did. You can kind of guess what he did. I'm assuming you can guess what he did. So yeah, it was in 2010. So, but yeah, he's one of the best coaches to ever do it. His record is absolutely ridiculous. He has like almost a .651 percentage in his time in the NHL. 3 times Stanley Cup champion. He's very good. coach, but he definitely had the asterisk mark on his name because of what happened. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed today's season finale, episode 40, season 10. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the season opener of season 11, episode 1 of season 11. I'll see you guys there. Peace.